First, I'm very honored having the opportunity to introduce Wuerth Electronics to you, one of the most prestigious panel of managers in commercial vehicle industry. And I hope in these few minutes, because it's very short time, with my French accent, you will be able to understand me and maybe to get one or the other positive message, a message on what we are doing in terms of innovation for commercial vehicle industry. In a few words, not a lot of figures. Wuerth, we belong to the Wuerth Group with round about 14 billion turnover. Wuerth Elektronik is an allied company, is an AC with 8,300 employees and roughly $850 million euro turnover. We have locations. The main headquarters are in Germany. I'm leading the office in France. We have also operations in Dayton, Ohio, with R&D, manufacturing, and sales, and also since few years, 5 years, and even a little bit more, we have now operations in India, in Bangalore. We have the R&D office. We have R&D. We also have project management and manufacturing in Mysore, where we have another plant for one of our divisions. We are operating, just a few figures, we are assembling more than 500,000 assembled boards. We have a booth just next to the left wall. You can have a visit and see the product we are manufacturing. When I speak about 500,000 assembled boards, it's really a PCB with several components, connectors, protections on it. And we have more than 2 billion contacts in the field in every harsh environment in the world. So also 30 years of experience in commercial vehicles and vehicles. We are operating, of course, for truck and bus, where we have several big companies which are our customers, such as Scania, Volvo, Mercedes, Bus, and lots of others. We are active in agriculture machines. We are active in construction equipments. Maybe some members of this room have probably also activities in that part of the market. And every special vehicle, such as truck firefighting trucks, waste collecting trucks, forklifts. I mean, every heavy-duty vehicles, we have something to provide, and especially innovation. A short overview about our products, because I will not bore you with too many technical details. You can get a lot of insight if you want to visit us. We can give you much more details, and moreover, later after this forum, we can have some discussions on site with you, with your engineers. Our specialty is to put power on a PCB. This is not something neutral, because you know that having to deal with high power, big ampacity, hundreds of amps, is generally done via hard-wired solution, cables, wires. Each of you knows that the problems in that case, the most of the problem in a vehicle in harsh environment is the wiring harness. So our goal is to reduce these harnesses. You will see later on how we can reduce. So we have modular products, we have standard products. We have also, you can see here, so, okay, laser pointer, doesn't work, okay. You can see that we have traditional fuses and relay boards. Then we have intelligent relay boards with CAN communication, etc. So the panel is very large on what can be done based on PCB. Again, this is one of the most strongest message. Everything is possible to fit on a PCB, even with 100 hundreds of amps on a PCB we are able to do. I will show you in a couple of minutes how it works. Now I have a problem with the techniques, okay? We have also a complete family of controllers. Doesn't work so fine, sorry. Okay, we have a complete panel of controllers. I do not go into detail. It's going from a simple toggle relay, toggle flasher unit, wish wash, up to a big controller with 121 pins. We have then a complete box concept. This is the first very innovative part I want to show you, is this box concept. It's a complete platform of boxes. The box is standard. What is inside is completely customized. And here, what is important to highlight is that this customization can be done in a very, very short time. So no huge investment in terms of engineering, in terms of time, in terms of complexity. The box is standard. The PCB inside can be customized. I just give you an example. We are able, and this is done thanks to our Indian colleagues. We can do a layout, we can do a placement proposal, we can do a project and even a price offer within 48 hours with a customized. From the moment you give us the schematics, we're able to give you very fast a price and a concept and a really real size idea about what could be your solution. The box platform is very wide. Again, we have some samples on the booth. It's very wide, so normally there is no schematic we could not fit inside of a box. So standard box, customized inside of the box. This is a strong message I want to display to you because it reduces time to market, it reduces non-recurrent costs, R&D costs, etc., and it can be very fast implemented in your commercial vehicles. You know that one of the core challenge in our business is being fast. Time to market is a very important part. Moreover, we are working, and it has been released a few days ago in a German exhibition in Bauma, where we showed for the first time an online configurator for this box platform. Otherwise expressed, your engineers will get an access to our website, and so you can configure by your own the box you want to implement. It's not fully achieved. We have just set for one box, which is the red line medium, but it will be implemented step by step on the complete box platform. HMI, nothing new on the world. You know what is HMI. I will not go ahead. This is a high-end HMI with 7 inches, but we are also working on a complete extended family of HMIs. SCAD technology, this might be of interest. This is a technology, it's a kind of revolution because actually if you want to go wire to board, you have always a male connector and a female connector to be connected together. One connector is at the PCB, the other is on the wire harness, and you have to plug them together. SCAD is a worldwide patented innovation which removes the connector from the PCB. It's completely removed, and the wiring harness connector is plugged directly on the PCB. So for this technology, we have different sales models. The first is if you have big quantities, we can design a customer-specific connector based on this SCAD technology, or we can work with a license model where we sell the license and you can develop then your own connector by your own. Some figures, again, I'm not a big fan of figures because it's boring after 2 minutes, but it's important to highlight that using a PCB, this is a good example. A hardwired solution, PCB-based solution. Whatever the shape of the PCB of the board can be, this doesn't matter at all. You save in your harness up to 30% of the wires. 30% is a big sum because each copper track on the PCB is one wire deleted. And you can imagine when it comes just to distribute ground or to distribute B plus or ignition, whatever, when it comes to this, each wire you have to put in the hardwired solution is then a track on the PCB, which gives first a much, much higher reliability because the track on the PCB doesn't move at all. And secondly, space saving, harness weight savings, etc. So 1/3 of the wires deleted on a harness is impressive. And regarding the wire harness diameter, you can downsize this this harness diameter by 50%. We have done this exercise, for instance, for JCB. You know, they had the implementation. I heard the president of this forum spoke about Euro 6 implementation, which means much more electrics necessary on the vehicles, which means that again the wiring harness will grow. And the harness wires are so big now that sometimes it becomes difficult to bind them, to install them in the vehicle. So having reduced wire harness, it's again something which is very interesting to get. Of course, money saving, because money is somehow the heart of the war. So space saving, money savings, because installation time, a box, because you have connectors. It's not a box which is related directly with the harness you have to deal with, but you can install the box at a very late moment in the vehicle manufacturing stage. This is important to say. So installation, and when I say installation time is reduced, this has a consequence, which is that the service ability is very, very increased. Replacing a box in a vehicle or a PCB in a vehicle is done in a few minutes. Replacing a defect fuse frame is something that nobody dare doing because it's too complex. And you can destroy more than you want to fix. So having a box, you remove some connectors and put a new box. The vehicle has been on hold for a very reduced time. So service ability is a very, very, very important item. Our boards, our technology, because we speak about innovation technology, is done in press-fit technology, solderless technology. I don't know who is aware about this technology. We do it since 13 years in Germany. We were one of the leaders introducing this technology 30 years ago, and even 40 years ago. But press-fit technology allows, it's one of the reasons why we can apply for high currents on a PCB. I will show you later on with a picture how is it done possible to apply 200, 300, 500 amps on a PCB. And press-fit technology allows to make double-side equipment. This is not a joke. So we can fit components, each and every component on the front side or on the rear side without any on-cost. Again, without any on-cost means that it's made possible quality-wise, because in traditional solder technology, you can solder one side if you have through-hole components, such as connector, sockets for fuses, which have to deal with 70 amps and even more. You have to solder by hand the backside. This is completely impossible due to quality, to time, to whatever happens. Press-fit technology allows, without any taboo, having double-side equipment on whatever you want to put on whatever side. Mostly it's used to have on the front side the end user with the sockets, the fuses and the relay, buzzers, whatever. You have to access maybe to fix, to test, to check. And on the rear side, you see here, you have just the connectors from the harness. So the harness connectors and the harnesses are protected against external usage, and you have to access on the front side. Of course, if you remove the board, you can fix all that problems. What I wanted to show is, you can see here, we have local copper reinforcement, which copper can be up to 2 millimeters thickness, and this is why we fix big, high current items onto a PCB locally. Last but not least, our technology can be simple of implementation. It's not a lot of complexity to do. Secondly, customizable to any configuration or any vehicles. This is our job to do it with your R&D teams. Low, reduced development costs. Fast time to market. This is not a joke because it's one of the core requirements on the market today. You have not 2 years to develop a vehicle. It must be done in some months. Aftermarket simplification means that you have a very, very simple service ability in order to let the vehicle work, make his job. You can visit our website, www.ve-online.com. You can visit us on the booth just next to the left wall. And I really thank you for your attention. I hope it was fast enough and clear enough. Thank you for your attention.